my channel. So for today's video, it's actually going to be a subscriber requested video today, and I couldn't remember where she left the comment, but I had a subscriber of mine that wanted me to create a maroon and lime makeup look, so we're going to be doing that today. And we're also going to be testing out my newest makeup. I actually got this makeup a while ago and it's just been sitting in my little container, and I haven't gotten around to filming with it, so we're going to be doing that today. And I'm going to be using all Dollar Tree products. We're going to be playing with the LA Colors Fashionista eyeshadow palette, and we're going to be playing with this shade right here. And then I have my LA Colors Very Cherry blush, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to be digging through my old makeup stash to see what other makeup items I can use for today's video. And I thought this look was going to be really cool, so I just decided to do that today. As always, the eyeshadow primer I'm going to be using is my Miss A Amuse primer. And this is the primer I use for any makeup look. And I basically dug into my older makeup stash and I pulled out my Revlon Bloom eyeshadow palette. And this is actually from my Project Use It Up, going on a year and a half. But I'm going to be using this right here. And I know I need to do an update video with that because I threw away some makeup products. But it's just been like kind of chaotic in my life, so I haven't really gotten around to it. But I'm just taking a small brush and I'm just going to kind of apply this all over the eye, including the waterline, because I want to get a deep base going. And then you can see in my background, my lighting isn't very good. I don't know what's going on with those lights, but I found them when I was cleaning and I added them to the background because the previous lights I had completely like burnt out. And I actually went on Amazon to try to see if I could find like matching replacement bulbs. I think they were outdoor garden lights, but the pack of light bulbs you had to buy in bulk, and obviously that was more expensive than I was willing to pay for. So I have to go to the store coming up and just get a new set of bulbs for a cheaper price. Like, I don't like throwing things out like that because all the other light bulbs work except for 3 of them. But then you have to buy in bulk online for like to change 1 or 3 bulbs. And it's like, why can't it just be simple? Why not just sell a pack of 1 for like $7? So it's kind of annoying. So I'm just taking that cream eyeshadow and just adding it to my waterline. And that's just basically going to deepen out that eyeshadow I'm going to be wearing. And then I'm going to be taking the LA Colors Fashionista palette, and I have used this before and you can find it down below. But I'm basically going to be playing around with the maroon shades. And then maybe I can do a little bit of a halo eye, but we'll see when we get there. I'm just going to take this shade right here, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lids. And then we're going to be applying that to the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a big brush and just kind of blend that all together. And then we're just taking our fingers and packing that in. And you know what? I think I'm going to go in with another maroon shade just because I am noticing a little bit of patchiness on my eye. So why don't we do this? We're going to be taking my newest Shrek Colourpop palettes, and then we're going to be using the shade Guarded Castle, and this is just a rich maroon shade. I'm actually going to be doing a first impressions with this palette later on. So when I dip into it, it doesn't count. I'm just going to take that and just kind of darken out that shade. Okay, that is much better. Yeah, you can kind of see the difference. Like, I feel like I'm getting more patchiness over here. So kind of blending out the edges. And then I think I'm going to take this gold color right here. And I'm just going to apply a little bit. So I'm going to apply it to the inner corners. That way we can get a little bit of brightness. And then we're just going to lightly blend that out. And then I'm going to be taking my Be Pure face primer. And then we're going to be going back in with that maroon shade once again. And then with the flat brush, we're going to be applying that under the lash line. So that's all for the eyeshadow for this look. And I'm going to be taking my LA Colored blush. And this blush is a cream blush. And it is in the shade Very Cherry. And this was from their cherry collection. So this blush is definitely brighter than it looks in the packaging. But you can wear this in the fall time. Wow, so this blush is lighter than it shows on the packaging. I mean, I guess you can darken it up. We're gonna try to darken it up. I just don't want to make it too crazy. Okay, so this blush is very buildable. This blush is also kind of on the thicker side. When I use my fingers, I do feel like a slight pull. Yeah, this is really pretty. Yeah, this blush is so pretty. I just put some more in the middle right here with my fingers. And then before we put on my foundation and my mascara, I think I'm going to use a combination of these two eyeliners. These are the only like green eyeliners that I have in my collection at the moment. So we have here the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner, and this is in the shade Fresh. And then we have the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome in Superstar Suit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to apply this first. And this one's just like a matte neon liner. And then we're going to take the Chameleon Chrome and apply that right to the top. Oh yeah. That looks so good. Oh my god, that pops so well. I love that. So I'm going to be taking this look a step further, and we're going to be digging into this What the Shrek glittery shade. And we're going to amplify that and apply that to the lower lash line, just because I kind of want to extend that lime green color. But I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. Oh my gosh, I love how this turned out. So I just use a kind of like basic everyday highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. Very pretty, very neutral. And then for my powder foundation, I use my Tarte Light Powder, which looks like this. For my mascara, I use the Essence Lash Without Limits. And then the lips are my favorite part. I use the new LA Colors Dual Lip Liner in the shade Dreamy Delight, and it looks like this. This is so pretty, and you know what? This is such an amazing color because it's kind of like a transitional color. Like, it's perfect for the summertime, and then when you get like early fall. Like, I think it's just absolutely beautiful. It matches the blush perfectly. I feel like the blush kind of has a little bit of a orangey tone to it, even though it's a cherry red, which is interesting. And it might be because of the lips here and maybe the color of my shirt, but I just love this so much. And I really like the pop of green on the lash line. I feel like next time I could maybe find an eyeliner that's a true lime green, just because I feel like this is kind of like, you can still kind of see a teal color, but I still think it looks really beautiful. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my list to buy a lime eyeliner. I think NYX has one. I'm gonna have to go to Ulta maybe next month. I kind of hit my budget with makeup this month, so I'm kind of like trying to be good about that, but I really like how this turned out. Thank you so much, Latoya, for suggesting this makeup look today. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Maybe we can create some fun makeup looks together. I do have some upcoming content and new palettes that I want to play with. But thank you so much for suggesting this. I just love it. And Dollar Tree still carries this one right here. This is the Dreamy Delight, and I love this, especially for the fall coming up. This is just like perfect. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, be kind to people, be kind to yourself, drink water, go hug your pets, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.